My name is Lucinda Evans, and I view this conversation as very intimate. So I would like to take my mask so that people see my face and see my eyes. I started Philisa Abafazi Bethu 12 years ago in my family home, and I've been provided for 8 years of that 12 years, provided services for survivors of gender-based violence, and ran a child protection program from my family home, inside of the garage and the dining room. You know, a lot of people think gender-based violence is just the slap, the blue eye, and the broken lip. But gender-based violence also looks at intimate partner violence. It also includes financial abuse, it's stalking, it's psychological abuse, and it is also where it happens with same-sex couples, but it also happens in the LGBTIQ plus community as well. We are a frontline organization, and by this I mean that we work very closely with an extended group of stakeholders. We have an emergency safe house, and the emergency safe house provides immediate services to survivors of gender-based violence. Currently, it is only for women with their children. We are in the process fundraising to establish another 4-bed for the LGBTIQ+. So a survivor would either go to the police station or to the hospital, or we get referrals from court. She comes with her children, sometimes single women, sometimes with her children, and they stay for 14 days. And then we get them into a longer term shelter. There are also other services that we are providing. So we have a youth program, and our youth program looks at youth against gender-based violence, where we work with a local high school in the community, and we have 45 youth members that are part of it. We also have an after-school program where we work. Some of the children have been living in homes where there were acts of violence, and then we provide a parenting program as well. It was very difficult, or it is very difficult, when the hard lockdown of COVID arrived. A lot of people, especially young people and children, felt stuck in their homes, especially if it was a home that had issues with family violence. So during this COVID, we were very creative. We started a humanitarian kitchen, and we had 10 sites, and we engaged with young people in the lines and spoke to them about safety. We also have young people currently volunteering at Philisa Abafazi, prepping the vegetables for the cooking, because we are still cooking since 20th of March. And we also have once a week a young person's engagement. The school has offered the facility for us to do some work. Obviously, the steps that there is available. So if it is within the college, I would propose that to go to student support immediately and report the gender-based violence. Should you need a place of safety, there are 4 emergency shelters in the metropole, 15 long-term shelters that you could be referred to. Also, within the student support, we hope that there's information about how to get a protection order, what a protection order is, how a protection order can work. But I want to keep the context within the college, that I hope the college will adopt a 365 days protection of all bodies, and that we get the young professionals, men that are currently studying, to take our hands. Because it's the mindset of some young men, the catcalling of women, the objectifying women's bodies, body shaming, and that we hope that we could work with more of the younger men to address their peers in terms of their thinking and their behavior. My position, and our position as Philisa Abafazi, is that we provide services to the victims, and sometimes it's women and sometimes it's men too. We offer services to men. But there are other organizations in the metropole that works with perpetrators, and should a perpetrator do come and ask for support and help, we do refer perpetrators to organizations that works with behavior modification, works with workshopping, therapeutic services. So as an organization, in our 12-year tenure, starting off half of our life saying we only protect women, We have now changed our mindset, because although we find female victims of gender-based violence, we need to work with the men and the young men that is equally hurting, and through their hurt, they become violent. I think for the College of Cape Town, I want to say that we need your partnership and we need your support. We need to change the narrative within the college where it's he for she or she for he. It's I am my sister's keeper, I am my brother's keeper. And that we raise the next generation of professionals that will come from the college that would be advocating for their own mother, their own sister, their future girlfriend and wife. But we also want the college to bring the college into the townships and the community. Partnerships is important. As an organization, we can't do it alone. But through partnerships, the message gets out quicker, it gets out on different levels, whether it's the professional level, whether it's within the township. But we also need, especially the college young men, to become the next ambassadors to protect all of us. We cannot, as a society, accept the slaughter of women and girl children. We cannot accept that perpetrators, whether they are professionals and icons in our country, or whether they were stalwart during the apartheid years, when they violate our children, they get R1,000 bail. We cannot accept the fact that we have people that has been voted, appointed and mandated to protect our bodies, and yet this is not happening. And so for me as an activist, enough is enough. And I'm done saying enough. We need to action as communities, as families, as churches, as traditional leaders. We have to action as a society, because every time you open up social media, you see the slaughter of a girl, you see the slaughter of a woman. I want to say in this Women's Month that we had nothing to celebrate. There was nothing in this Women's Month. And to the pioneers that took this country, that changed this country in 1956, if I look back, and I always look back at why 9th August is such a significant day, then I feel, as a Khoisan woman, that our grandmothers and great-grandmothers that were fighting for that cause, they were cheated from their inheritance. And therefore, we as the women of 2020 are sitting here and we are not in our rightful position. We are not in our rightful position as protectors, as decision makers, and also we are not economically free to free ourselves from the enslavery of violence against our body in this country.